Hello, everybody. This is our first class of Residents in Westminster Palm Residents here listening up and moving around for most of this class, working on a few different balance. Just pursue. If you have a chair, you can go ahead and stand by. Work on kind of balance, leaning forward into your toes first. Good. And then leaning back into your heels. Leaning over to the right. If you want, or if you want to, you can kind of just do right around the chair there. Hope everybody had a good weekend, feeling good. We're going to have 5 live classes today. We're trying to do as much live as we can, and we are producing new content. There's going to be some fun stuff coming out this week. I will keep people updated on that as we go. All right, good. Now we're going to do that backwards, okay? So definitely now keep yourself near an area. If you want to just kind of behind the chair, just up, knees, and walking back. And that way you're kind of near the chair. And then you just kind of turn and go back this way, right? If you feel a little more comfortable, you can kind of do a circle around the chair. Still trying to get those hips nice and high, knees high, stretching the hips out. Okay, good. Let's do heel toe. So like you're walking a tightrope here. Heel toe, nice and close to each other. If you can, you'd like to ultimately keep your eyes up, away from the ground, heel toe. You know, you don't want to look down when you're walking a tightrope across a canyon like those guys do. You know, they got the big bars there, trying to keep their balance. Okay, let's try and go toe to heel backwards. So you're putting your toe down, heel down, real close to each other. Again, You can just kind of do back and forth behind the chair if you feel like you need balance, or you can try and kind of go around. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You can be whatever, an oval if you're going around a table or whatever it is that you feel good about. All right, let's go to the back of the chair again. Let's do our four-way balance. Let's do our eyes closed this time, okay? So eyes closed, leaning into the chair, the front toes just a little bit. Want to be behind the chair here, just in case you feel a little off balance. You can always kind of tap the back of the chair. And lean back into your heels. Leaning over to the right. Leaning over to the left. All right, let's go one-legged calf raises here. Warm up the calves, then we'll walk around on our toes here, okay? So take your right leg and calf raise up and down, 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 and then left leg, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. Now we're going to walk around up on the toes. Try to keep your toes up the whole time as if you have high heels on. All right. Make yourself 2 or 3 inches taller. All right. Try and keep your eyes up. Strengthen the back part of your foot. Strengthen the Achilles. Strengthen the calves. Really, if you do this long enough, you're going to feel it travel all the way up your hamstrings into your glutes. So you're strengthening that whole, what we call the posterior chain of your lower body. Posterior chain of the muscles on the back side of your body that activate when you're doing certain movements. So when you're doing these type of calf raise walks, it's all posterior chain stuff. Hammer it down a little bit so you can see that I'm up on my toes here. Good. We can go ahead and reverse and go backwards up on the toes. So calves are really burning here. Been walking around on these calves for a while. Good. Let them relax for just a minute. Kind of shake that out. All right, let's stretch them out now. Okay. So take your right foot, drive it back. Trying to keep it straight and on the ground, pointing forward, stretching it out. Stretching out those calves and ankles. Switch legs. Stretching out that left, my left now. Back leg here. Good work. All right, now let's do big side steps. So if you want to go around in a circle or just side to side, big side steps, as big as you can make them. While still feeling comfortable enough to keep your balance here. These ones are super important. We don't move in this plane very much throughout the day. We're usually moving frontwards as much as we can. So, excuse me, activating the hip abductors and adductors is really important throughout the day. Because a lot of times when we have balance issues, it's because those muscles are weakened or not activated. So we get outside of our frontal plane movement plane, and those muscles aren't able to stabilize us. So just taking these steps side to side every day. And really, we do this class once a week, but if you can activate these muscles every day in some way, we have different classes, but even just some self-exercise side to side, it's always good. Lower, do that. Going to go a little bit longer with these just because we're going to both sides. Okay, so now let's do very similar, but let's cross one leg over the other. So this one is one of the more challenging ones. So take your time. If you need to, hold on to something. Cross and then come over. And then this is my left foot in front, right foot comes back. Left foot in front, and then I come back, right foot in front the whole time, crossing across my legs, okay? Again, don't need to hurry here. So again, if you can do this without looking down, great. But if you need to look down, make sure that you just, the number one thing is to make sure that we don't stumble here. All right, let's come to the back of that chair. And let's stretch out those legs a little bit. So get your feet nice and wide, and then kind of just dip into one and just hold that stretch. Switch to side. Good, good, good. All right, come up. Let's do our forward balance one more time here. Eyes closed. Lean forward. Eyes closed, leaning back. And over to the right. Over to the left. Okay, good. So next, we're going to do our tree pose, okay? So you can just take them kind of weird. You can keep that toe tapped, or you can kind of bring it up to the calf, or if you're really ambitious, you can bring it all the way up into the thigh, okay? But don't put it on the kneecap, put pressure there on the knee. We just want it on the calf or the thigh, all right? And try and hold that balance. Even if you're holding the chair here, you're working those stabilizer muscles a lot, doing really well. Switch legs. Okay, good. You can put that leg down. Good work, good work. Okay, now take your right leg and stick it out in front of you. We're just going to balance just like that. Okay, you have to put your shoulders back just a little bit. Good. Now stick it behind you and lean forward just a little bit. Use the chair if you need to. Tap the toe down if you need to. Okay, switch feet. Put it out in front of you. My left foot here. Good. Now put it back behind you. Well, it's the earliest class of the week, earliest class of the day, so I'm a little like I normally do. You know, I've normally got every story in the world here, but I'm just trying to keep my balance here, you know? All right, so now you're gonna take your right leg. You might need to be near the chair for this, okay? Right leg and stick it out to the side, all right? Pretty slow weekend, home all weekend. You know, just trying to figure out different ways. I mean, you know, there's all kinds of stuff that going through old stuff. We rearranged the entire house. But we got a security camera put up on our front porch that's really cool and good. Switch sides. It hooks to an app on our phone and we can talk through it. So if somebody comes up on our porch to steal our Amazon boxes, it has a motion sensor. It'll tell us, and then we can say, "Hey, we can see you. Please don't steal our Amazon boxes." So that was something we did this weekend. That was pretty cool. Got that set up. Like I said, rearranged the living room so we have couches are better. We just recently mounted our TV, so it gave us a lot more room, so we were able to rearrange. Looks good. Good work. Okay, now you're going to take your left hand and your right knee, and you're going to balance just like that. If you need to, hold the back of the chair. If you don't need to, then just like this. A lot of cooking this weekend. Don't want to give it away too much. We're going to have some of that be part of our programming coming up, so I'm not going to be talking about it nearly as much. But a lot of leftovers and a lot of cooking. Got a lot of that. going on. So good. Switch to the other side if you need to. Stand on the chair a different way. So right hand, left knee. We watched the movie Blade Runner 2049, and I like Ryan Gosling a lot, but it was a little bit cheesy. Not really where I wanted it to be. So predictable. What are you gonna say? I mean, I don't know. Good. I didn't have too high expectations for it. So what are you gonna do? All right, a couple minutes here. Just go ahead and stretch out. So let's go ahead and have your feet kind of, the feet kind of looking at each other here. Worked a lot through our feet on all those exercises. So we're just trying to get them stretched out, range of motion improved. This is another one really good to do on a daily basis. Keep your feet healthy. It'll keep the rest of your body healthy, you know. Foot injuries take you off your feet and then the rest of the body goes down. So keep your feet healthy, keep your feet healthy. Barefoot walking, very good. I mean, normally outdoors, but not now. But even barefoot walking around your apartment, very good. Always trying to get the proprioception in the feet. Good work. Good, good, good. Let's go ahead and take your right knee and just stretch it back here towards your chest, so you're stretching out the thighs, hips. Getting to be a bright day out there, like every day. I don't even have the lights on in here. It's just that's all natural sunlight. I love being able to use natural sunlight. I'm not a big fan of the artificial light. Switch legs. Good work. Okay, take your right leg, cross your left leg, and you're going to bend down towards your toes. So our next class, if you want to participate in all 5 classes today, we have 5 live classes. The next class is 9 o'clock, well, 10 o'clock. Seated exercise class. All right, that's our most gentle class, just to warm up a lot of the different areas of the body, come up with switch legs. Then we have 11:30 Happy Hearts class. That's our most intense cardio class. A lot of moving around. If you need some dumbbells for that, come rent them out with me. And then we have 1:30 Sit and Be Fit. So another seated class, just a little bit more challenging than the seated exercise class. And then 2:30 Don't Fall. Don't Fall is an intense course with some of the similar stuff that we did here, but a little bit more intensive. All right. So thanks everybody for joining me on this very first one of the day, and we're going to get a lot of new stuff out to you. Thank you very much. See you in the future.